Please don't adjust your television sets. No, it's not Gary Mitchell after a night out on the town. It's me, Max Kay, stepping in for Mitch, who is, yes, you've guessed it, in rehab once again. He's got a jelly bean addiction and he has to get over it. So 2 or 3 weeks in rehab, he'll be great. Tonight on Sweet and Sour, we've got some fantastic letters. One letter from a gentleman, well, I don't know if he's a gentleman, but he's a guy in South Australia, and he hates his girlfriend smoking. He says it makes her look like a cheap slut. Now, that's a bit harsh. My sister smokes. And then, of course, there's the couple who have the empty nest syndrome because their youngest daughter has just left home. And she wants to take in a boarder, a lodger, which is great, except that it happens to be her old boyfriend, and her husband's not very pleased. And then the last one is this young lady who has met a guy at work, and he wants to be intimate with her, and she's thinking about it, which is all very well. But there's a second boyfriend here, and he doesn't know about the first boyfriend. Well, need I say more? All this and much more on Sweet and Sour later.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our monthly crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Hi and good evening. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. And no, it's not Gary Mitchell, it is Max Kay here. And we've got a wonderful panel for you tonight, and we thank you for tuning in tonight. First of all, we're going to say hello to Suzanne Barton. Suzanne Barton, I'm sorry. How are you, Suzanne?
Very well, thank you, Max.
Suzanne is a screenwriter at
the Screen Academy.
Screen Academy, that's right. So Suzanne, tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
This year I've been at the Screen Academy doing my Masters in Producing and Screenwriting.
Wow.
We've been making films and documentaries and shooting multicam like this, and it's been lots of fun.
Ah, this is easy for you then.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'll give it a go.
And next to her, a very, very pretty young lady from Jordan, if you wouldn't mind, Suad Majrouh.
You say that quite
Suad
nicely.
Majrouh. Is that right? Suad Majrouh.
Yes, that's
Suad
correct.
Majrouh.
Yes.
Majrouh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's very romantic. How are you, Suad?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you, Max?
I'm well, and you're a head of media.
I am, yes. I work at St Mary's Anglican Girls' School in Karrinyup,
Yeah.
and I'm the head of the media department there.
Yeah.
I teach there.
And this is the first time on the show.
It is, yes. Called at the last minute, but so happy to be here. So
Are you really?
great opportunity.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
find
of
out
course.
at the end of this whether you've really been happy to
Of-
be here.
Thank you, Max. It's great to know. Thanks.
Nice to see you here.
Thank
And
you.
an old-timer, Alexandra. Well, you're not really an old-timer. What I mean is you've been here before.
Yes.
You have.
Yes,
it.
I have.
Alexandra Spargo. Give her a
Hello.
nice, hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see
Alexandra.
you
How are
again.
Now, you've changed your vocation since you
Yes,
were
I
last here.
have. Yep.
You were a...
TV presenter,
That's
actor,
right. And now you're
an artist.
an artist.
Yes.
And you brought some of your works with you.
Yeah, I have actually. I'm having an exhibition in February.
Can we have a look at that? Can we have a look at some of her works that she's done? You're a pop artist.
No, well, I'm actually a pet portrait artist and a portraiture artist.
I see. A pet.
Portraits.
Yes.
So I do pet portraits.
You
You
mean
know,
when you say pet portraits, that's
people's
like,
pets.
Oh,
yeah.
people's dogs, cats,
Yeah,
and things like that.
yeah, and birds.
Are we seeing
and
them?
whatever.
Are we looking at them? Are they? And there's something there. Here, I think we've got. It's a composition of two people.
It's called Pop Rock with a Twist.
Pop rock with a twist.
Yeah.
And I can see
John, it's
Elton John at the top,
with
with
Ace Frehley from.
it's really from
Kiss.
AC/DC.
No, Kiss.
No,
I know what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Kiss, and the other
Kiss.
one's Michael
What's Kiss?
Hutchence crossed with Adam Ant.
There,
So I've done
that
a
one there.
series of a few paintings that I've crossed with different artists, and then I've also painted just straight ones. I've done a really
How
nice
clever
one of
you
Michael
are.
So
And-
a new gallery opening in February. So
That's fantastic. And
lovely gallery.
And you'll be. Are you the first artist? to
Well,
work
it's
here?
the introduction of a new artist, which is me, and the opening of a brand new gallery called Studio 88, the gallery, and it's on 88 Kent Street in Vic Park. And it's it's someone very popular who had a gallery before, and he's coming back into the scene, and he's introducing
Fantastic.
me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
And also, there's a calendar coming out.
Yes,
In aid of men's prostate cancer.
Men's prostate cancer
Yeah.
calendar. It's Yvonne Sharp organised it from the Black Cat Lounge, and the photographer's Daniel Lomax. And what it was is they got a series of women in their 40s, so between 40 and 50, to take photos and promote the calendar. And they're looking for sponsors, so if there's anyone out there that wants to support this cause, it's for a good cause, it's charity, you can contact Yvonne Sharp at the Black Cat Lounge in Nedlands.
Well, lovely. Well, there you are. That's a little thing. We'll have to say good night now. Anita Tassone.
I've been well.
How are you, darling?
Yeah, good, good. Not as busy though.
Not as busy as you were.
Well,
Are you
it has
dancing
started.
a little or not?
Not dancing as much, not teaching as much, even though it's wedding season. But no, been stuck in retail with SK2 at Myer and David Jones, getting ready for the Christmas rush.
Lovely, and it will be a rush, I think.
It will be. So I'm kind of glad it's a bit quiet now.
Right, guys, we're going to go into our very, very first letter. Hi, panel. I've met this great girl. She's gorgeous, intelligent, and fun to be with. The only problem I have with her is that she smokes. When I first met her, she told me she was a casual smoker and that she could give it up easily if she wanted to. But after a while, I noticed that it was much more than casual smoking and that she smoked every chance she should get. When I told her I really hated smoking, she laughed and said she'd give it up just for me because she loved me so much. Well, 2 months down the track, and I know for a fact she's still smoking. She may not be smoking in front of me, but I found the evidence in her bag, and sometimes the smell is on her clothes. How many chances should I give her? How do I get her to stop if she doesn't really want to? Do I have any right to insist she stop? Don't women know they look like cheap sluts when they smoke? Well, come on now, this is all your stuff. Do you smoke?
I don't,
Oh,
no.
okay. Suzanne.
Well, Tim, I really sympathise with you on this one. Being with a smoker must be really hard work at some point. You've got to quit, I suppose, and it's hard to do that. But I think there's something deeper going on here, because if she's keeping secrets and he thinks she's a cheap slut, then I don't think that's very good for her self-esteem. No. So maybe he could be a little bit more accepting of her and help her through it, rather than thinking she's a cheap slut behind her back.
Suad.
I have an issue with him saying that she says she loves him, yet she chooses to keep this secret from him. So I think, Tim, she's in love with her smoking a lot more than she's in love with you. And that's the harsh reality of being a smoker and lying to your partner and saying you will quit when she won't quit, and then hiding about it. I definitely think you need to address this issue, and I think you should talk to her about it. I think she's in love with smoking. I don't think she's in love with you.
You're so deep, Suad. Alex, now.
Don't get me started on
No,
smoking.
don't, please.
I hate it.
We've got to finish by 8:30.
Well, nothing. You asked the questions. Okay, like health benefits for a start.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't people get it?
About smoking.
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
the TV commercials tell you how bad it is. Littering. I mean, there's cigarette butts everywhere you look, there's littering. And also, I want to know, what were you doing looking through a bag?
Good one. Anita.
Well, he's looking for the lip gloss, obviously.
Yes, that's right.
No, I think, look, it's a part of her, and you need to make the decision whether you want to stay with her. That's what you need to accept, because that's part of her personality. I'm a big believer you shouldn't have to change somebody. You've got to accept them or leave. It's as simple as that.
That's good advice. I think that's great advice from the panel. Don't like it? Lump it or leave. We'll be back shortly. And welcome back to our gorgeous panel. Now, in this segment, I want to tell you, if you send a letter in, send it please by email, because every letter that comes in, and is read, not every letter that comes in, every letter that is read out here, otherwise we'll be giving thousands of these things away. Every letter that's read out will be rewarded with a movie pass, courtesy Natalie Cameron of NRC Communications. And all you have to do is send your letter to letters@sweetandsour.net.au. letters@sweetandsour.net.au, and you will receive a movie pass to Reds, I think is the name of the film.
Red.
There was one called Reds at one time, wasn't there as well? Anyway, there you are. That's the story. So get these letters coming in. We love to read them out. Good fun. And here's one of these good ones. Hello, Mitch and panelists. I'm not Mitch, I'm Max. I have a huge house and my youngest has just left home, so I've decided to take in a boarder. I discussed it with my husband and he agreed. We could both use the bit of extra money. I found someone interested almost straight away. However, when my husband learned that it was an ex-boyfriend of mine that I knew years ago, he hit the roof. He doesn't think it's decent, and he's shocked to discover that, unbeknownst to him, I've still been in contact with this man after all these years. I'm concerned because my friend hasn't got anywhere to go. I don't think I have really done anything wrong. Should I just have given in and find someone else to take the room? And how much should my husband know about my personal life? He was the one that had an affair years ago, and I forgave him because I know he still loved me. And after that, what right does he even have to think having my ex-boyfriend around is appropriate? Well, I don't know about that. Anita, is it you? Anita.
Wow, I don't think you should go there at all. It's just going to cause problems, and if you really, really love your husband and respect him, I'm sure that you can find somebody else to come in and move in. And the fact that I'm just a little bit worried that you found him straight away and that he's saying he doesn't have anywhere else to go. I think he's even trying to come back in and cause a few problems.
Yeah, even more. A bit more than that.
Yeah,
a bit more than that.
but obviously the husband doesn't know.
Yeah. No.
Why haven't you told your husband that
She's a cheat.
If there's nothing that you're hiding?
She's a cheat.
She's a cheat.
She's
well,
a bit of a
probably.
cheat. She is.
Maybe she's getting back at her husband.
No.
Alex, what do you think?
Look, most important thing was he cheated on her first. Remember, he had an
Yeah, but
affair.
you don't do the
He had an
same.
affair, and he's obviously got an insecurity about another man. Look, men don't like it when women have other men around, but it's okay for them to have women around, isn't it?
Yes. I think it is, yes.
No, it's just his own insecurities, obviously, and you can do whatever you want. Just because you're married doesn't mean you have to be a slave to what he wants.
No, but old boyfriends are...
So what? I've got an old boyfriend. We're like brother and sister now. You can have old boyfriends and be friends with them.
Do you have a husband? You can have you can have an old boyfriend, you haven't got a husband, but you've got a husband.
Well, I'm just saying, you can
Okay.
have ex-boyfriends
Okay.
and have them as friends.
All right. Suad, hear the voice of reason.
I have an issue with the fact she's brought up the cheating from the past, because I don't think this is relevant to this question at all.
Nope.
I don't believe him cheating in the past really has anything to do with the fact that she's inviting an ex-boyfriend to stay in her house. I think it's messy. Break it off. For him to come into the house and live with your husband, I think that's completely inappropriate. And I think you should be cutting that off completely. I don't think you should go down there at all. And the cheating part, I think you're the one with the issue. If your husband did it, fine,
No,
you
but she
forgave
forgave
him.
him.
But still, it's got nothing to do with this. This here is purely you needing to actually be realistic about the situation. And that's my opinion.
There, you've been told. Suzanne?
I agree. I think with an affair, if you've forgiven the person, you've got to draw a line under it and move on. But having said that, I love it if someone can be friends with an ex. I think if you find a girl and a guy who are platonic friends with no agenda, it's amazing. It's a lovely thing to see, but it's not very common. And usually in a relationship, there's one person who's got slightly more feelings than the other person, and you're going to get hurt. So maybe just steer away, you know?
You're going to get hurt,
Yeah.
or it's going to blossom into something once again
That's
that you
it.
don't want it to blossom.
The friendship
And
is
all these
fine.
things are great, having friendships, as long as you don't have a spouse
Yeah.
who's got to watch or look on.
I've
And
got
live
a
it-
friend
but live
who's
in the same
married.
house, though. This is
His
the
wife's
thing.
great. Like my friend and I, we're still really good friends. We dated years ago, and we're like brother and sister. And his wife is great with it.
But would you live together?
She's very
That's
secure.
good.
I
Move
think
in
she's-
and live
Yeah,
must-
they'd let me
together.
move in.
I
They
think
would
she's
have
looking
no
for a
problem with
threesome.
that
That's what
because
she's
she
looking
knows
for.
she trusts her husband. Trust is the most important thing. If you don't trust each other, then there's no relationship. And unfortunately today, a lot of people don't trust. It's too easy.
Well, sometimes it is a bit difficult. I would find that a very difficult situation. I think I would be saying, well, you're talking to your old boyfriend and you've been contacting him for years
it's ex.
and you haven't told me about it. Ex.
But darling, I married you. That's all that matters.
That's right, but are you being true to me? That's what I would want to know.
Here's
What-
the other thing that I have a problem with. I don't know if this line here, how much should my husband know about my personal life? after all, he was the one with the affair. Well, it's not about your personal life.
No. She's getting even, is she?
No, yes, it's not about your personal life. It's a matter of going, look, this is not right for this situation.
She said, you've had a free one, I want a free one now.
Oh, getting even and
that's what
revenge.
she wants. Well,
It's terrible.
there you
I'm
are.
all for the friendship. I'm actually friends with my exes as well.
Hey?
But I don't think I could live with a husband and an ex in the same.
Yeah, but if your ex needed somewhere to stay, would you just say, no, my husband doesn't want you? I mean, you would.
I got made.
This
It'd
is like
have
a
to
tennis
be.
match.
It's not
He must
forever.
have
He
mates.
might be just staying just for a short amount of time. It's not forever.
Oh, it's tough.
No,
But
I
they
would.
could
Well, yeah.
they could make more money out of somebody that is not a friend, because don't you
That's
do mates?
right.
I'm sure she's doing
And
mates.
if she
you're gonna
says
do
nowhere to go, he might have more
And if
money
they
and
want to
wouldn't
make
pay.
more money,
That's
then
right.
I'm sure they can
Quite
get
right.
somebody
And
else.
if you're going to do something wrong, you don't need your ex-boyfriend to move in. You can do it anywhere.
That's right. Oh, true. That's very true.
maybe she
And she
can't.
probably has. She's been seeing him. She's been seeing him for quite some time without her husband
You can
knowing
go
she'd be
in
doing
cars
that.
and hotels.
Thank
Don't
you
need
for
to have
that.
them
That was
anyway.
wonderful. Wonderful advice from
got
all of you. I hope you're satisfied with that. We'll be back very, very shortly with you.
If it's advice you want, we've got it at Sweet and Sour.
Right, chat. Welcome back for this last segment of Sweet and Sour, and we've got one very splendid letter for you here now. Are we listening?
Yes.
Are you listening, panel?
And my ears
Pay
are
attention
shut.
and stop talking about your calves and showing your bits off to people. All that now. I'm like a school teacher in this thing.
Yes, sir.
Dear Sweet and Sour panel, I'm great friends with this guy I work with. We talk all the time and he confides in me. I've helped him work through a lot of relationship stuff with his ex and his current girlfriend, and we've become quite close. We've become so close that he's asked me to become intimate with him. And I said I'd think about it. You see, there's this other guy that's interested in me, and I'm not sure I want to miss out on the second guy. But I think that maybe the first guy might be my soulmate. Would it be a mistake to sleep with the first guy? He does respect me. How else can I work out whether he's the one that's meant for me? That is the big question. If the second guy finds out I become intimate with another workmate, do you think he'll go off me? Do I think he'll go off you? Well, Alex, you tell them.
Oh,
And I know you will.
listen, well, if he's talking about another girl to you and his ex-girlfriend and his new girlfriend, and you end up sleeping with him, he's going to be talking about you to the next girl that in the office, and then he'll probably hit on her as well. What kind of guy is that? I wouldn't want to even have anything to do with him.
You're blaming the guy, not
Well,
the girl.
No, but I mean, he's asked her to be intimate with him when they've got a friendship. See, this is another thing. Men just can't be friends with women. There's always got to be that little sex thing coming in there, and
That's how we're made.
I know
Yeah, we're made like that.
it's not right.
Well, it might be, but you better talk to him.
But a lot of
because
guys,
he did it.
a
He
lot
had
of
nothing to
guys
do with
won't. You know, a guy will
That's
go
nature.
there, but they won't respect you. If you do that, your name will get around, and they won't respect you.
it. Okay. Anita.
Yeah, don't give yourself the reputation, and don't give the boys what they want. That's all they want. Don't give in to them. Be the one with the upper hand.
Are we missing something here? Is this girl who wants to have both ends of the
She
thing?
just-
She doesn't know which one to make love to.
She's a slut.
She's a slut.
There you
Just
go.
giving herself
Does
a
she smoke?
name. Probably
She's
she
a
probably
smoking
smokes
slut.
as well. No, Jacinta, look, there's a nice guy out there for you, probably not within the workplace.
I'm in the wrong place.
It's just going to cause problems, I think, because you rock up at work and you're going to see both of them.
Suad, how do you feel?
Absolutely. I think you've confided in each other and you're close, and that's great, but I think you've got to leave it at that. I mean, how would he feel if you were the one confiding in him and then the situation was turned? And I think you should give the second guy a chance. I think he's there and he's interested in you and you want to give him a chance. You need to give him a chance, because you can't get hung up on a guy that's already got a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. Yep. That in itself should be a no-go zone. And that, personally, I wouldn't cross that line at all. And if he really did feel like he was your soulmate, he would not be with his girlfriend, he would be with you.
Don't you think she should give herself the best chance and have it off with both of them, and she can find out which ones are best?
Yeah, then they can do
Then she can
comparison.
find which one's best.
He was better.
She was better than him.
She doesn't
Yeah.
need notches on her belt.
Okay, no notches. Suzanne?
Well, Jacinta, I think it's great that you found someone who might be your soulmate, and it's great that you've got someone who you can confide in so much. But the alarm bells have got to ring when he does have a current girlfriend and he's wanting to cheat with you, because he's just going to continue doing that. So my advice is to read in the riot act, say, sort yourself out, sort things out with your current girlfriend, and then maybe later. And while he's sorting that out, you might have time for the second guy. But I didn't tell you to do that.
She's thinking about
didn't hear
it,
that
though,
from
isn't
me.
she? She was thinking about being intimate with him,
Yeah,
despite the fact that she had a second boyfriend.
sure was.
Yeah, so is there not some sort of fault?
Well, she's got an emotional tie.
Yeah.
You know,
She's asking if he'll go off her, the second guy. So she's like, if he finds out about the first guy, he's going to go off me. Well,
Of course
Of
you'd go off
course,
her. What do you
you
would
know.
probably kill her, never mind go off her.
But see, she's got an emotional connection with this first guy. And we know women are very emotional creatures. We go more on emotions than physical things. Guys are physical beings, and we all know
Absolutely.
that.
Well, I'm saying
Whereas-
nature made it like that.
That's
so
it,
that
exactly.
we procreate and we'd get the world would continue.
But
That's
she's got
we're
this,
there
that's
for.
what her
We don't
connection
know
is
about
with this
friendship.
guy.
She doesn't need to.
Men don't know about platonic. Have you ever had a platonic friendship with a man?
Yes.
Did you think he felt it was platonic?
they
you, or
don't.
you did?
They don't feel the same
You
way.
did. Did you ever have a platonic friendship
Yes.
with a man? And did
I
he
have.
think it was platonic?
oh yes,
No.
we made sure it was
Always
platonic.
does.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
You
but
have
What do you
men
mean
don't
I
think-
didn't?
Men, well, I'm not saying
How would you
didn't.
know?
I don't know if you wouldn't, but I just know from the man's point of view you didn't. From the man's point of view you didn't. Anyway, did you have one? No, I don't
Did
mean one.
you?
Did you have one?
Hang on, did you have
I
one?
had one
Have you
recently,
had
just
one?
before I came out, as a matter of fact. Well, I did. Anyway, listen, we've got to find out which is the best letter tonight, because I'm going to tell you, as you're thinking about the best letter, I'm going to tell you. The best letter tonight will receive a set of sunglasses from Aussie Optical. A beautiful set of sunglasses from Aussie Optical. Once we vote, which is your best letter? Come on then, boys and girls.
Oh, you know, it was between the second
Two.
and third, I think.
Second one.
Two.
I'm gonna go
Second
two.
one.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
gonna
second
go
one.
two.
The second one. And that second one was
Boyfriend.
about the girlfriend, the boyfriend, yes.
Boarding.
The one we've just been talking about.
Boarding with the wife.
So there you are,
First
Felicia of Chatswood. You have won a lovely pair of sunglasses from Aussie Optical. Well, thank you for being with us tonight, and thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful to see you. First time you've been on this programme.
Yes.
Hope it won't be the last,
Me
because
too.
I have nothing to do with it. I'm just stepping in. But it's been lovely. Do you have anything funny to say to me before you leave?
Oh, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, I've always dreamt of being on a panel with Max K.
Have you really?
Always.
Did you know who I was?
Yes, of
Well,
course.
I'm very flattered. by that. How about you?
Oh, it's been wonderful.
Suad.
Yes, it's been
You
great.
like the way
Thank
I
you
say
for
your
having
name,
me.
Suad?
Yeah, you say it very French-like.
Suad. It's not really French, is it?
not French.
Jordanian goddess.
Suad. Suad.
No.
Suad.
No.
How do
no.
they say it in Arabic?
In
Suad.
Arabic?
Yeah.
Suad.
Suad.
Oh, you just put a lot of gusto in
I've
there.
got
It's
it.
not.
No, Suad. Lovely having you on
been
the
a pleasure.
programme.
Thank you, Max.
Alex,
Yes.
come on, give us your bit.
I haven't got anything.
What? Haven't got
I've
anything?
said it all.
You have?
Yeah, just, you know, like, watch out.
Watch out.
Yeah.
It's been lovely having you here.
Thank you for having me.
And Anita.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. You're just as cheeky as always.
No, I'm not
never
cheeky
changed.
at all.
You haven't changed.
It's lovely.
It's
Wave
been
to the
fun.
people because we're leaving now.
Bye.
Thank you for having us. Bye
Thank
now.
you.
Bye now.